Dubai is a place in the world that has tried to reinvent itself in many ways, not the least of which is their desire to become more of a tourist destination for people all over the world, both wealthy and not. To do this, they have created a wealth of attractions, monuments, and more that are meant to incite awe and wonder, and they're still building them to this day. So allow us to show you 8 amazing building projects in Dubai that will blow your mind. Be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Number 8. Dubai Frame. The Dubai Frame is exactly what you might picture. It's a landmark in Dubai that is in the shape of a large picture frame. It is, in fact, the largest picture frame in the entire world right now. However, it is also one of the most infamous buildings in the world because the design of it is said to have been stolen from its original designer, which is not the best look to have for a nation trying to have a positive image, don't you think? The original goal of this landmark was to try and show off a new face of Dubai, signifying that it wasn't just an oil giant, but something much more. So thus, they wanted a landmark to symbolize that shift. Over 900 people sent in proposals for their notion of what the landmark should be, but the Dubai Frame was selected as the winner. The idea came from Fernando Donis. He felt that Dubai was so rich in sights and wonders that it would be wrong to block any of them with another landmark. So thus, he decided to make a frame to put them all in. A 500-foot tall and nearly 300 feet frame that is truly something special. The problem was that while Donis did win the contest, he did not receive official credit for the design, nor the prize money he was owed via the contest. He went to US court to sue Dubai for the wrongs, thus making the Dubai Frame the biggest stolen building of all time. Again, not the best look. Number 7. Museum of the Future. An ongoing project in Dubai that could be opening this year, still depending on the pandemic, is the Museum of the Future, a project personally asked for and approved by the Prime Minister of the UAE. It is a museum that is designed quite literally to show off the future of both Dubai and technology that is in the works right now. But it's also a museum designed to be an immersive experience, one that will help people try and understand why the future might be this way. This is not a typical museum where you can only look but not touch. They want you to look and touch the future that is shown there. For example, there will be all sorts of technologies present in the museum for people to see demonstrations of and see just how they work in our daily lives. This makes it a perfect place for certain tech companies to try and showcase their upcoming works, to get people excited about it and get attention for their devices. What's more, there will be themed areas of the museum that showcase things like robotics, AI, the relationship between humans and robotics, and what they could be, and more. Admit it, this is a museum that you'd really love to go and see, just so you could get a glimpse of some of the cool toys and items they have within. Number 6. Underwater Rail Network. There are many forms of transportation in the world, and for a city like Dubai, making sure they don't have clustered roads or other transportation systems is an absolute must, which is why Dubai is working on something truly innovative, an underwater rail system. The purpose of the rail system is very simple. They want to allow people to go to certain places with ease, including going from Fujairah in the UAE all the way to Mumbai, India, all the while doing the traveling underwater. This would be quite a task because at present, those two are 1,100 miles apart in regards to the span of the Arabian Sea. But should this work out, it would increase travel between the two nations. Furthermore, the rail system is aimed not just for passengers, but for shipping imports and exports between the nations, thus further growing the relationship between them. But wait, there's more to be excited about with this train, as it would use magnetic repulsion, a science that is already proven to be effective in China and Japan via their magnetic trains. That would allow the rail system to go at much faster speeds without fear of friction and thus get goods and people to India and back faster. Not to mention, it would be environmentally friendly, which would further show their desire to be more than just an oil giant. Number 5. Dubai Water Canal Extension. Dubai has proven that when it needs to grow, it will, and it'll move a lot to get it done, including making artificial water landmarks to put things upon. It's in that vein that the Dubai Water Canal Extension was made. This $300 million project brought forth an artificial waterfront 2 miles long and 300 feet wide. The purpose of this was to allow the construction of various businesses to be along the waterfront for people to go and enjoy. Furthermore, the land would allow more transportation of yachts via bridges, along with a 16-lane highway that could ferry people across various parts of Dubai to the land and water extension. Dubai is never above making itself bigger, and that's part of its appeal and why it can continue to go and make various landmarks. Number 4. Burj Khalifa. Found in Dubai and finished in 2018, the Burj Khalifa was designed by Owings, Skidmore, and Merrill, which some of you might recognize as a building firm out of Chicago, Illinois, in the US. With 163 floors and a height of 2,717 feet, the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building in the world today, and by a pretty large margin of 700 feet. This building is so big that there are 30,000 residencies within it, between the homes and the hotels. There's even an artificial lake for you to go and enjoy should you be there. As you might expect, it was made to be a beacon of tourism, and was a success in doing that, for the lavishness of the hotel has brought in people from all over the world to visit it, and it stands as one of the most grand buildings in the world today. Number 3. Creek Tower. As we just noted, Dubai has the largest building in the world today, a true achievement. But the UAE aren't one to stay idle, and thus they're making a building to top that record-setting feat via the Creek Tower. Yes, they're already working on the next tallest building in the world. It's said that when it's done, it will be over 3,300 feet tall. The design of the building, which is going to be very tall and thin, is said to be inspired by a desert lily, and when it's finished, the top of the tower will emit a beacon of light for the whole city to see. There will also be 10 observation decks near the top of the tower for people to go up and witness the grand view of Dubai. And not unlike the Burj Khalifa, there will be various other amenities within the building, but what that will all be will only be determined when construction is finished. Number 2. Blue Waters Island. There are many man-made islands in the world that serve a variety of purposes, but in Dubai, Blue Waters Island is a $1.2 billion island that was made just 1,000 feet off the shoreline for a singular purpose: tourists. On the island, you will find over 150 shops and restaurants and so much more. It is one of the biggest Ferris wheels in the world via the Ain Dubai, a Ferris wheel so impressively made that it is able to bring on new people to ride the ride while it's still spinning. The gondolas that you reside in are stated to be more like a luxury living room than anything else. You can even have a meal as you enjoy the view via the table and chairs that are in each one. So add that ride to the numerous shops and amenities of the island, and you can see why many people go and visit Blue Waters, as well as why they spend so much to make it exotic and special. Number 1. Jewel of the Creek. The Jewel of the Creek rests along the Dubai Creek in the city. The design of this area was meant to reflect the movement of waves, which is why the buildings look like they do. Inside this area are a plethora of shops, 5-star hotels, business centers, as well as residential areas for people to live, restaurants both above and alongside the water, and even the world's largest swimming pool. Some of these amenities are even on a man-made island made to help keep all of these things together. And the location of the creek itself is next to the Dubai airport for easy traveling and access. So, what do you think? What do you think of this look at the various building projects, both past and present, and future, in Dubai that has helped reshape the nation? Would you like to go and see some of these buildings and projects up close? If so, which ones really caught your eye? Do you know of other building projects that are going up in Dubai? Let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe, and we'll see you next time on the channel.